to Minneapolis, Minnesota, January 7th, 2011, here to bring you Media Cow's coverage of Video Games Live. I went last year in April, and I have to say it's a very spectacular show. Video Games Live provides several different arranged pieces of video game music, so I can't wait to see what they have in store for us. We also have a special treat for our viewers. We have a special interview with CEO and founder of Video Games Live, so be sure to stay tuned and watch. Let's go check it out. I have a special treat for all of you. We have Tallarico here.
Where?
It's right here!
Oh my gosh, that's me.
It's an amazing honor to be able to have an interview with you. Thank you so much for taking time out.
I like your shirt.
Thanks. Video Games Live rocks, guys. I hope you're here today to see it all.
Thank you.
So let's jump right into this. When you decided to create Video Games Live, what inspired you to create this magical musical experience?
Yeah, well, I've been a video game composer for over 20 years, and I wanted to prove to the world how culturally significant and artistic video games have become. So I really wanted to create a show for everybody, not just the hardcore gamers like us, but for the moms and the dads and the grandparents who are taking their grandkids to the symphony for the first time. So it was really important for me to create something that you don't have to know anything all about video games to come out to the show and have a greater understanding and appreciation for what video games are, and of course their music. And that's why we use the massive video screens and the synchronized rock and roll lighting and the special effects and stage show production and interactive elements with the crowd. It's so people who may have no idea what God of War is, but when they hear the music and then they see the visuals on screen, they go, oh, okay, that makes sense to me. This big guy raging, I get it, you know. So that you know, it reflects the music. So you know, that was the idea. I didn't want to put on a traditional symphonic, you know, shh, everybody in tuxedos, everybody be quiet now, the symphony's about to begin, you know. Video games are fun, they're exciting, they're entertaining, they're interactive, they're visual, you know, and so video games live, get it? That's why we call it that. And so, you know, for us, I like to describe Video Games Live as having all of the power and emotion of a symphony orchestra, but combined with the energy and excitement of a rock concert, mixed together with all the cutting edge visuals and interactivity and technology and fun that video games provide, because video games are fun and a symphony can be fun too.
Oh, you guys do a definitely great job on it. Every time I step in here, it's so magical. It's wonderful. When you guys decide what city you're going to perform next, how long are the rehearsals? Does the orchestra get a month in advance of the pieces that are going to be played? That's
a great question. About a month in advance, month to 2 months, depending on the orchestra. Sometimes they ask for it even sooner than that. And we have everything digitally online for them. So we'll send them the music ahead of time, and they all practice as individuals. But then we all come together for the first time on the day of the show. So our rehearsals for the show tonight would be 8 o'clock local time. We rehearsed from 3 o'clock till 5:30. So we rehearsed for 2.5 hours. And that was the first time where everyone kind of came together. But you know what? That's why we use all the best orchestras in the world, because these folks here, they read music like we read books. You know, you just put something in front of them and it says, they just go through it once and they're good to go.
Yep, they've practiced all their lives, so they've made it perfect.
Exactly.
Do you find it when it gets closer to the concert date that more things go wrong, or does it seem to be easier?
No, you know, it's interesting. There's always something that goes wrong in every show. But, you know, we've done over 200 performances now. We've been touring with the same group of family people, 10 of us for over 5 years. And so it's just expected. It's not even like nerves. It's just like, oh, that went wrong. What's our backup plan? Like, we have backup plans to our backup plans, you know? So, I mean, we've had shows where, I remember one time we played in Las Vegas, and it was an outdoor show. It was in the summer, and so it's like 110 degrees, and our projector blows right at the begin, right after we finished our first thing. We do the classic arcade, and Tetris is at the end, and right when it ended Tetris, boom, the bulb, because it overheated, it goes out. I come out on stage to do my intro speech, which is about 5 minutes long, and by the end of 5 minutes, our video guy had went out to the truck, grabbed another projector, set it up, because the projectors are like hung up top or way back there. So he had to jerry-rig it, rigged it right here to hit the screen, and we did the rest of the show.
Oh, wow.
And he put a big fan on the projector. So, and that all happened within 5 minutes. So there's always something that goes freaky. But so no, it's not even. It's just, you know, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And especially when you come into a new place with, you know, all this stuff got set up today, right? So look at all these little wires and cords and cables, and our show is very technical. It's not like it's just a symphony playing on a stage. I mean, the microphones and every little computer cable and everything has to be just, and the lighting and the lights, and I mean, I don't think we've ever done a perfect show without something, but it's, you know, the audience never realizes, you know, most of the stuff that goes on unless you're looking for it. So
yep, I remember they always say is, even if you think you did something wrong, the audience will never know.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
there's been
some crazy stuff that's happened that we're like, what, really? Oh my! Like I'll come back after a show going, oh my God, it was terrible, and everyone's like, that was the greatest show I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, really? Okay.
Now,
Cool.
last year in April when you guys were here, you had two special guests. You had Neil Gaiman and you had Ralph H. Baer, who Skyped in.
Skyped in.
Who can we expect today?
Well, that's a secret. No, we have two great special guests with us who are performing here tonight. We have she's from she's somewhat famous on YouTube. Her name is Flute Link. That's her name on stage. So where she plays the flute dressed up as Link, and she does this great thing, and it's a really funny thing. But she's also a very talented opera singer as well, and so she'll be singing some operatic tunes.
Oh, I'm excited
that we haven't done. Some stuff from Warcraft, some stuff from Assassin's Creed 2, some of the more operatic pieces. So that's fun. And well, this is going to air after the show's over, but we're also doing Still Alive as well as a kind of an acoustic encore that she'll be singing, so that's fun. But we're also, so that's one guest, and the other special guest, we have a very special guest from Japan who's going to be conducting tonight, and he's best known probably for his work in Resident Evil. He's done Ace Combat as well. His name's Wataru Hokayama. And he'll be performing one of his pieces that he created for a game called Africa, which is an amazing, beautiful game. So he's here as well, and he'll be conducting all night.
Oh, wow, you guys really have a great show in store for us.
I got to change it up every time. We've got to do something a little different.
Definitely. Well, to final it out here, what is the one thing that you love the most when touring with Video Games Live?
I think it's just the, you know, the response from the people in the audience after a show. You know, we have a meet and greet after the show, and everybody comes up and asks them what was their favorite part, or can you suggest some things for next time, and you know, to see tears in the eyes of gamers, you know, they'll come up to me and they'll say, oh my God, you know, when Zelda came up on screen, I started crying because I remember, you know, when I was growing up, me and my dad used to play Zelda all the time. My dad passed away a couple of years ago, and no, I mean, that's what they say to me, you know, and it's like, oh, it's just, it hits you. Or, you know, people from the orchestra and people will come up to us and say, you know, he says, you know, I have a 17-year-old kid and boy, and he's never wanted to see me play on stage, except for now, and he's brought all his friends to the show, and he's so proud of his mom because he's playing the show. So it's stories like that, like personal stories, or we'll get letters and emails after a show from parents saying, you know, my 7-year-old daughter came to your show last night, and she asked me, Mom, I'd like to start taking violin lessons because I want to learn the music to Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy or, you know, Mario or something like that. So, I mean, it is having a real, true effect. And then for the non-gamers out there to come up to us and say, you know, I never knew that video games music was so powerful and emotional, and the characters are so, and the graphics are so amazing. I get it now. Now I know why my kids are so much into video games. Thank you so much for opening my eyes. And this happens to us all over the world, no matter where we go, whether it's playing to 100,000 people in China, 10,000 screaming Brazilians in South America, New Zealand, Poland, Ireland, you name it, we've been there. And it's, I think it's a testament to our industry that thousands of people will fill up the concert halls all over the world And for a composer, it's pretty amazing because, you know, we sit in our little studios, our little caves, and we create this stuff, and we never think when you're writing music, you never think that there's going to be somebody in Korea who like knows this music and who's going to be listening to this music. So when you take it live on the road and you're in Mexico or something, or, you know, wherever, you know, Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, and the song starts and people know it and they're humming along and they start screaming. It's just like, wow. It's such a, I mean, I feel just so fortunate to be able to do this and take it around the world.
Oh yes, I have been following you guys for years, and I was waiting for you guys to come to Minneapolis.
Yeah.
You definitely put on a great show.
Oh, I
It's
appreciate it.
the best thing ever. I even go home and YouTube it and just sit there and watch it. It's so amazing.
Oh, thanks.
You even capture me back into my whole. I'm a musician myself. I love it. It's so amazing.
Now, what instrument do you play?
Saxophone, piano, a little bit of violin.
So maybe you can perform with us tonight, maybe, or next time we come into town, maybe you can do a little sax for us. Cool. All right. Sounds good. All right, we'll do a little Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yes.
We'll do Snake Eater. We'll
Metal
get you
Gear's
going.
my favorite game too.
There you
so.
go. Cool. Actually, we have the composer of the Metal Gear series, the later ones, Habino, Noriko. Habino. He tours with us sometimes, and we do Snake Eater from Metal Gear 3, and he plays the saxophone.
Oh,
YouTube
I saw
that one.
I did
YouTube
see
that
it,
one.
and I went, oh, that's so amazing.
Yeah, it's
All
pretty
right.
incredible.
Well, thank you so much for the interview.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
Thank
I can't
you.
wait to see what you have in store for us today.
Thank you for all the kind words.
Thank you. Minneapolis just finished up its Video Games Live concert today on January 7th, 2011. It was a fantastic concert. Tommy Tallarico really brought the house down. Fantastic, great special guests we had tonight. Definitely different from the April show. If you were here today, you would be leaving mesmerized. It was absolutely wonderful, and I can't wait to come back for more.
Your past, your future. This is the way the world ends.